Okay. Maybe? I can't tell if it's gone live. It seems like it has. Whoa, there we go. Hello, YouTube. Yeah, this one took a little bit longer because my PC decided to restart, so, not an ideal situation. But, yeah, now it's just a case of putting out a tweet saying I've gone live, which is easy peasy. Let's see. Going live. There we go. Oh my gosh, we're live.
Guys, wait. I just noticed I'm streaming on YouTube. Wait. That means you can watch me over on YouTube and on Twitch? That's like double the amount of places that you could otherwise use.
But yeah. Now that that's solved, I need to boot up the game. Yeah, I'm a little bit unprepared this stream, but you know, we deal with it. We deal with it. Okay. Game is now up and running. Wait, no, I need to change the resolution. I keep forgetting that every time I play on my own, I lower the resolution because I like having it on my other monitor. And because it's on my other monitor, it's not the same quality as my main monitor, which means that I have to reduce all of it. Game, oh, and audio. Can't forget about the audio. Once I have the audio running, then it's... Yeah, there we go. Audio is now up and running. Why is there a delay on my mouse? Huh? Okay. That doesn't seem right, or whatever. I'll fix that later, I guess. Nothing is working for me, I guess. It's just all more of the same. But here we go. We're now on the codex menu. Wow. I think I'll begin with some of the actual codex runs. Not too long from now, but also not right now, actually. Because I'm going to wait for some more people to drop by, and I'm going to begin talking a little bit about what I think is interesting. I made a comment about it the other day, that I would probably be streaming before or after the live stream. Turns out, completely wrong time zone. Absolutely wrong time zone. I thought that it was going to be streaming today, but today and tomorrow is different. Therefore, I have gotten them wrong. So, unfortunate, but yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Also, I clicked out of the zero system only to go into the zero system. Also, I noticed that the chaos matrix is updating. Isn't that just nice? Okay. We are going to change this one, because I do want to run this again. I'm not going to run the level 122 codex until everyone swings on by, so I'm just going to continue as is for now. Oh man, these kind of suck. Don't give me those. Let's redo this. But I thought instead, as the beginning of the stream, I would probably go over some of the patch notes and everything first. I think that makes a lot more sense. Why can't I just get something nice? I just want to live my life in peace. I don't want these. Okay, we can take this one. I think this one seems a little bit reasonable, or a little bit more reasonable. Yes, it's not going to be, what's it called? Level 122. But yes, I'm still rolling it. I'm still rolling with it. Apparently, this category only has 10 viewers currently. Now that I wasn't expecting. Do people just not watch on Fridays? Is something happening today that I'm not aware of? Well. Let's check. Because right now, in Chaos Zero Nightmare, we have got... Oh, quite literally, it's just me and 3 other people. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting that, actually. Interesting. So, Yeah, it's just gonna be a regular playthrough, I reckon. At least for this one, while I try to grind or farm up some more of Magna's kit. Excuse me. I'm like dying. I'm dying, dude. Maybe. Maybe I'm dying. But I'm mostly okay. Wait, have I got my audio on this one? Why did I hear myself for a second there? Mute this tab. This tab is muted. I shouldn't be able to hear myself, and yet I did for a second there. Increase max HP. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. I realized that I had not turned off my music since. Very typical of me. Okay. Anchor pointer, yeah. That's probably the best one to start out with. Genuinely really good. We'll take mistreatment because it gives me the most potential. And I will get the lead card artifact this time. Just give me a second to think about what route I'm taking. I want to try to get some of the elites as well. And I'm also drinking tea at the same time. Can you really blame me? Okay. So I'm going to be running through here, like so. Then I'll actually hit 2 of the elites, so I'm going to take the mid one here. It is going to decrease the enemy's HP. Yeah, exactly. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll do water arrow. Unfortunately, not going to be able to remove some of the cards until much later in this run. I really want to get rid of the water arrow, whatever it's called. For Mika, then I also want to get rid of the shield. Oh, immediately we've got an epiphany? Okay. We're gonna do retain, because that's way good. Frozen Fist, I guess, is coming in clutch here. Not as if it's that much of a dire situation, you know, but yeah, we're rolling, we're rolling. Then I'm gonna go to this. Maybe I can get a belligerence early on if I do training here. Unfortunately not. I could do energy barrier exhaust, but I don't really like exhaust cards. They're good at somewhat deck thinning. Also, are these little icons actually representative of what the enemies are going to be? Sometimes it feels a little bit misleading. I usually click on it and don't end up getting it is the thing. Okay, and then we'll do this. Oh, I should level up some more of Magna's and Haru's stuff, just so that they can deal a little bit more damage. But now that I've actually increased or raised most of the levels of all of their potential skills, it's put me in a bit of a dilemma as to think of, well, where from here do I go next? So, that's my dilemma, if you can believe it or not. Apparently that does absolutely nothing. So we're going to... I don't even get... Okay, we'll do this one. And that should be fine, I think. I'll wait until a little bit more people pop up just to begin talking about some of the more stuff. I think this is one of the issues that I have generally with streams that are more talking, more focused on just hanging out and everything, is that I end up delaying or putting some things off because inevitably I will get to it, but there won't be enough people until later on to discuss some things. So even though yesterday I was basically talking through and through about anything and everything, today was... I'm gonna have to wait a little bit, I think, because not that there's no point per se, but rather it's more difficult to try and have conversation or want to discuss things when I'm gonna have to reiterate them anyway. So I don't see too much of an issue with starting it a little bit later. Of course, I'm a bit of a chatterbox. It's not as if I'm not going to talk about things to begin with. So I'll just continue doing that. If I'm thinking about what I want to talk about, then probably beginning again. I know I spoke about it yesterday, but I can't help myself. I really can't help myself. I've just been watching way more series, way more shows, all of these kinds of things, and I don't know, lately I've been trying to find something new, but I'm realizing that most of my backlog is still kind of cleaned out, actually. Welcome! Hello, hello. How's it? How are you? How's everything? So I was just talking about like my watch log, backlog, whatever, right? I I don't know. I've been trying to think of more things to watch. I'm okay. How about you? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. A little bit tired, but most of my weekend is spent hibernating anyway, so it's not that bad. It's pretty decent, if anything. It's just I thought I would get more progress done on some of my schedule, if I'm being honest, but I don't know. It feels like lethargy has kind of overtaken me, and I've been not slacking. I have been working on some of the schedule graphics and whatnot as for the past little bit, but yeah, not as much as I could have been doing. I've still got the design, and then I had this really weird issue with my PC where it was, I don't know, it was crapping itself, because whenever I tried to interact with my desktop, it just completely disabled everything, so I couldn't use my mouse for anything, and I had to try use keyboard commands, but unfortunately, even as I swapped through, I realized that I didn't save some progress that I made on the schedule design, so turns out that I lost, like, maybe 10% of my work, so it's not that bad, but I still did end up losing some work for my schedule progress. So that kind of sucks. Not overly fond of that. But yeah, otherwise, today's intention with stream was more or less to figure out, or not figure out, but to discuss and maybe discern a little bit about the upcoming patch for Chaos Zero Nightmare, and then to also actually give an honest chance at this level 122 codex. I'm doing a little bit of a warm-up run right now before I get into it, because I'm feeling not rusty, but I'm feeling a little bit uncertain. Oh my gosh, Whirlpool. Absolutely terrible. I'm feeling a little bit unconfident in my skills right now. I think it's just today overall. Just feeling really sleepy in combination with being uncertain, and wanting to talk about the patch notes at the same time has me thinking, oh man, oh, there it is. There it is. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got it. I've been looking for that artifact for so long. Okay, and then let's get rid of Anchor Drop here, because it doesn't help me at all. Yeah, so talking about patch notes, rambling on at the same time, and yeah, just generally getting into the swing of things is the main, like, reason why, I would say. Why I'm not starting with the codex just yet. So that's my deal. But yeah, weekend overall has been pretty decent, I think. I wish I could sleep longer, but who doesn't? I need to invent some kind of spell to just sleep for like 50 hours and then pause time in the meanwhile, so I don't actually lose any of my weekend, because that would suck. Also, is it better to get... I think it might be to do this. I don't really have a retain or held items. What time did I wake up? Actually, not that late, kind of. I woke up just a bit before midday, and it's been kind of okay. So I would say I would want to hibernate a little bit longer, but for now I'm pretty okay. I'll probably collapse like later on if I'm being honest. But I don't know. We're just doing this first easier run as a warm-up before I actually get into the more difficult content. And then from there, we'll see how it goes. So, slept in late, not too bad, but I also went to sleep really late. So, it maybe balances out, kind of, not really. It probably doesn't whatsoever. but can I be blamed for it? No.
No, I refuse. I refuse to take responsibility for that.
So I'm basically just winging it, kind of. Why? Do you not sleep in over weekends? Do you hold or stick to some kind of schedule? I don't know. The only schedule I have is my my streaming schedule. So I try to at least abide to that as much as I can, but the rest, I mean, the rest is fishery. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of think that I'm at least a little bit diligent. I mean, the ability to keep up these many days in a row with just stream schedule, I think that's pretty decent. I think that's pretty good. Maybe. I did miss Wednesday, but that was out of my control. I understand the urge to sleep in on weekends, even on weekdays. I wish I could sleep in on weekdays, but I cannot. Otherwise, yeah, I would probably be sleeping for 20 hours straight if I could. I love sleeping. I love sleeping. It's not an addiction, but if you could be addicted to sleeping, then I would maybe say that I am. I just like dreams. I love dreams. Wow. Dreaming is kind of nice. I always have dreams about fantasy stuff, though. Rarely is it ever attached to anything reality related. So it's more fun to me than anything. I don't know how common it is for people or what the tendency is for people in their dreams, whether or not they tend to dream more about unrealistic or realistic scenarios. Maybe they fantasize more when they're asleep. I mean, it depends entirely on, like, the person, right? And maybe what they consume. But I know that some people tend to only have one particular type of dream, regardless of the content that they consume, and I think I'm very much the same kind of person. Even if I end up reading and binge watching or playing a game a ridiculous amount of time, doesn't matter, I'll still dream about anything else. I don't really have dreams about the things that I interact or engage with the most. I don't know if that's normal or how common that is, but I still enjoy my dreams nonetheless because of what they are, rather than what they could have been sort of swapped to. Oh, damage reduction and reduce the cost, but to targets that counterattack too vulnerable. Oh, it's good though, it's good though. Okay, we'll pick this just because it's a divine epiphany. I think the 0 cost will help me out a little bit in the future. If I can get more card draw, that would be ideal. It's just, I don't know, so difficult when it comes to these kinds of decks where you've just got no utility to card draw whatsoever. But we'll kind of see. I'm, otherwise, I try to be diligent, but yeah, I end up oversleeping or sleeping in a lot. It might be a bad thing, but, you know, I don't mind it either way. I love sleep, so why not get more of it? Then again, if it's about keeping to a schedule of some kind, that's a little bit different, because even though I do keep to a schedule, and even though I am quite diligent with streaming, I'm very much a procrastinator as well. So what ends up happening is that I'll say to myself, oh, I for sure will do this as soon as it comes up, but then I just like wait until last minute, and then I end up doing whatever work or whatever I had planned for that day. So even when it comes to streams, today I was kind of close. I was cutting it a little bit short, but my PC restarted right beforehand, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss my dedicated streaming hours. I know it wouldn't have mattered much, but it's like a personal responsibility of myself to be able to play games or stream on time, so I don't like breaking from that schedule, despite how it might seem. So that's that was my little bit of a dilemma. I don't know what it is with machines having to restart at the most inconvenience of times, but when I was attempting to play on Steam the other day as well, it just logged me out on mobile and on Steam, and then I just got completely disconnected, so it kicked me off. And then I was having issues with logging in, because I would try to change my password, and then it would say, oh no, your password's wrong, and I'm like, no, my passwords are right. So I reset my password, and then I managed to log in onto the browser, but then when I logged in, or tried to log into the app, it didn't work. And then when I went on a VPN, then it worked, but when I tried to log in on my PC, it said I had reattempted to log in too many times from that one location, so it forcibly, like, did not allow me to log in, even though I had the right password, or even though I had changed my password. So, really weird, actually. For that reason, I'm out. No. For that reason, I was a little bit worried that something like that would happen again with my streaming. And I know it's like, oh, such a coincidence, right? Not that it's a coincidence in how it happened to me, but rather it's a coincidence in how it just happens to happen right then and there. Like, as I'm trying to play games online, and not when I was doing anything but that. Like, out of all times a day, you chose to interrupt me while I'm playing games? I don't know. That's a little bit sucky. I do not like that. So, don't do that to me. That's cringe. Also, first card removal, why? Why is it costing me? It should be 0. Okay. Cringe. But we'll see. We'll see if this deck is going to turn out any good. And then I'll see if I discuss the patch notes. I did say, or mention a little bit earlier on, that I would be discussing the patch notes a bit more whenever there are more people tuned in, because giving or recontextualizing what it was I was just previously talking about means that I would basically double talk, but it's, maybe it's okay. I don't have to wait until that many join. It's just, like, a couple of people, I would reckon. So, yeah, I just used these cards in the wrong order, I'm realizing. I used Whirlpool with the morale boost, and then I used the, it wasn't Anchor Shot, it was the AoE attack. Yeah, whatever it is. We'll build up counterattack, I suppose. But I did start another anime called King's Ranking. I think I'm only on the first or second episode now, though. Like, I finished the first one, and then now I'm starting the second one. It's pretty interesting so far. I always have a little bit of an issue whenever a character is really weak. Like, unreasonably so. Oh my gosh, this would have been so good to reduce the cost on the rightmost one instead of getting it in the middle, because I don't want defense-based damage just increase for the Glacial Iron Fist. Maybe, I mean, it is one of them, but she generates so much shield from this attack. I don't know. It's nearly doubled. It's nearly doubled. Let's pick the rightmost one. I think it's better. I think it's just overall better, because look at how much shield I can generate just by doing that. Like, I mitigate all kinds of damage just from that. And then I can put on Frost Shield as well for the extra counterattack stack. But yeah, then it's deciding what my schedule is going to be for next week. And that's one thing I'm not wholly certain as of yet. I'm thinking that I might do a little bit of Hightail and DMC3 again. Where's your motivation? But as to what frequency I'll play of it, that I'm a little bit unsure. I really want to play Devil May Cry, but I also really want to play Hightail. And so I'm trapped between the dilemma of, am I streaming too much of this one game, or do people want to see more of this other game? And therefore, I'll have to think about it a little bit, but I'm thinking I will do a little bit of Devil May Cry. I've always got CZN as my weekend game, though, and tomorrow we'll be seeing the patch. So I'm really, really excited to see what comes out of that. I am going to read some of the patch notes that we at least know, or what's confirmed of so far, but besides that, maybe I begin with another game right after DMC, or maybe I move on to 4. Maybe that's too much DMC, you know? But at the same time, it's like just right after because it's right after because it makes sense to do it right after, you know? Okay, this is probably the better one. Maybe, yeah, I think Agony is probably the better debuff to inflict here. And yeah, I think the thing is as well is that whenever I'm playing something that isn't an action game, like is more strategy oriented, I think I don't do as many silly gags, and I quite like my silly gags. So being able to play something like Devil May Cry is, I guess, what I want to say intuitive because I'm thinking the opposite. Counterintuitive means that it's like not intuitive to do something, so maybe I'll just use that. Yeah, it's intuitive to play something that's a little bit more action oriented because then it allows me to have some gags and gaffs, goofs and gaffs that otherwise playing only or solely strategy games wouldn't allow me to do. So yeah, I think it's just good as like something to listen to in the background as well, or something that you can just not have to pay attention to, because I think that's a main issue with some video games, that either they take up so much of your attention that it becomes really difficult to focus on everything or anything else, and then this gives me a chance to, of course, talk to chat and discuss various things on my mind at the same time. I was going to talk about King's Ranking, the anime that I started, but only because I've only watched one episode of it, so I don't really know how much I can comment on it. The premise seems pretty good so far. I like the idea that it's following this kid as he begins to work his way up to being a king despite suffering from a whole bunch of like debilitations per se, like he's unable to speak properly, and he's also deaf, I think it was, so the characters have to use sign language. I don't know, it's a really interesting premise, at least for the beginning of it. I tried watching a couple of other animes. I did end up dropping one. I think it was Let This Grieving Soul Retire, something like that, where it follows a really weak main protagonist as he becomes the strongest, or he is considered the strongest like adventurer or whatever. Again, I just love my fantasy slop. So it wasn't bad, it just wasn't my type of show. It wasn't my type of comedy, and so I unfortunately decided I don't really want to watch this anymore. So I ended up dropping it as a result. Then I've been trying to pick up some other animes that I was watching previously, but just haven't. Okay. This one's pretty good, gives me +1 AP. Not bad, not bad. I've been trying to pick up some animes that I had been watching previously, but I don't know what it was. I just ended up not continuing them. Like, you get to some points when watching shows that I get it's meant to be, it's meant to be slow and hook you in, but what ends up happening, I feel, is that you just get bored. And for that reason, I wasn't really enthused about continuing some of them, so I just never did. Increase action accounts, damage reduction is probably better. It would have been nice to have AP on this, but I didn't get to pick the Divine Revelation. Maybe I should have waited with giving an epiphany to that card so I could have chosen the +1 AP. That probably would have been better. But yeah, shows that have this like build up to some payoff, I feel like it's difficult, right? Because you would want them to be interesting throughout, but of course they have to have slow built up parts to the story in order to create more compelling moments. But what I feel actually ends up happening is you get to these slow moments and then you end up losing interest. It's not that they're bad per se, but rather that the show doesn't make these slower parts interesting enough to want to continue following through with them. And then I lose interest, and then I don't want to continue them. Also, the little thing that I'm playing with in my left hand, this like rubber band, has begun to break, and it's making me sad. Now it's falling apart. Oh no. So I do want to continue them, and I think one of them, I would have to double check the names. It's one that's about this defender of a village, like a small rural village. His sister is like the Miko of the village, some kind of goddess, but then because she's the goddess, they're not allowed to have relationships or whatever, and then she ends up dying, and his sister turns into a demon, and eventually his sister gets pissed off because she thinks that the Miko was cheating on him, because even though the Miko loved him, there was an affair of some kind, and then the brother misinterprets, so then they go on a vendetta to hunt each other throughout time. It's such an amazing premise, and it's got such good story and world building. But man, oh man, I don't know what stopped me. I was just unable or unwilling to want to continue at some point, because it had downtime where I just wasn't interested, because some of the side plots focus on completely different characters or on NPCs, and even though I get that's a part of world building, I don't know if I should swap out Runelance. I really feel like I should swap out Runelance, but I think it's better because of both shield gain and attack damage. Even though the world building is done pretty well, even though the world building does expand on some of the characters and whatnot, I really just wanted it to focus a lot more on the main protagonist, and I feel like that's one of the difficult parts as well, that like whenever you get a show that has a really good story, that focuses so much on its characters, has a good premise, etc., blah 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 blah, the issue ends up being that you don't really enjoy what it has to offer, because it doesn't end up focusing on the main characters anymore. It focuses so much on the side characters that it's no longer about the premise that you fell in love with. Maybe this ties back into what I was talking about yesterday with how much can you change the premise or elements of something before it becomes completely different and you think to yourself, oh, I don't want to partake in it anymore. And yeah, it's similar in that sense, but I would say the difference, or the primary difference, is that this is like a show that you know is going to continue, and it's eventually going to wrap around to the main story. Of course, I think every single show wants to attempt to wrap around and complete its story and eventually finish things, but sometimes you just don't get that, and you don't know if that's going to be the case, and maybe you're unaware of how good the payoff is. But it really feels like, even though the payoff would be really good, even if you're told that from the beginning, like, if you're not enjoying it, then can you really put up with it? Or are you suffering now just to have the payoff be mediocre later on? I don't know. Let's see. Lead replicated for counterattack. Increase... Oh, this is counted as lead? Increase the damage of the next counterattack? But I mean, it's going to be lead, right? So this doesn't really matter. Maybe. Increase the damage amount of the next counterattack? Does that include just one hit or all of them? I feel like it should be applied to a stack, because that would have been really good, and then I would have considered it. But I think I don't want that, because it doesn't give me any shield. That's just... Okay, I'm gonna do Ice Fragment, the leftmost one, I think, since it seems better. Yeah, because I'm trying to do a lead build. Lead builds are just way easier, I think, because you can just guarantee that some cards never show up again, and then eventually once it exhausts all the lead cards... It could have been good, actually, now that I think about it. But it just didn't matter that the Divine Epiphany was a 1 cost reduction. If the Epiphany had been something else, like it was giving me shield, then maybe I would consider it, because the issue with it being that particular Epiphany is I don't have a need for it. I don't have a need for speed. No, I don't have a need for just the 4 counterattack and 1 next counterattack deals 30% more. If I could get a lead card that did something else, yeah, I would probably roll with that. But the issue is that I'm wanting a reusable lead card so that I can randomly trigger a lead card. Oh wait, no, actually I have to draw 2, don't I? So maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. It should be okay, actually. Now that I think about it. Yeah, never mind. Scratch everything I was saying. I made a little bit of a blunder. Oh, and then I was thinking of talking about, like, some of the clips that I was attempting to make or whatever. I've downloaded the VODs, but I'm realizing as I look back on some of the VODs and gameplays that I've done, like, how do people come to the decision of what they think is entertaining or not? Because honestly, I feel maybe I'm biased, but I'm always talking and making jokes that I would enjoy. So as a result of that, I feel like most of the content that I've produced, I'm going to like anyway, and wouldn't end up cutting all that much out. Unfortunately, the first episode of my Devil May Cry playthrough, it did kind of suck halfway through, because I only then realized, when someone mentioned it in chat, it was Kaya by the way, that my microphone was stuttering. I don't know why that happens with my microphone. I don't think it's because I'm old, because I'm old. No, because the microphone is old. But I think it's something to do with the voice program that I'm using, or maybe it's just the age of the mic. I feel like I could invest in a better mic. Possibly. Potentially. But is it worth doing it now? I'm not sure. I do want a better microphone. I think it would be cooler to have a good microphone, but I don't know how bad it is, what everyone's opinion of what a good micro... Like, does this sound fine? I would hope so. I would hope so. So, maybe it's okay. Maybe it doesn't matter for right now. And I should just instead focus on my grind. Make a whole bunch of shorts, download a whole bunch of the videos and whatnots, and then clip and compile a whole bunch of them. I was attempting to, as said, prepare a bunch of shorts, but I'm realizing, except the times that it does sound really good actually, except the times that happens, the robot thing, yeah, that's basically my issue. I don't know if it's when it happens either, because again, there's nothing that indicates to me when it happens. It seems so random. Like, when I check my voice program, it doesn't say that my voice is stuttering, so I either have to manually check or I have to wait until someone points it out, and that's the only way that I can tell whether or not it's happened or not. So, sucks really badly. Yeah, there has to at least be one person to let you know. Unfortunately, yeah. So half of my beginning video clips, maybe you can get a mod? Yeah, eventually. So the issue was that maybe half of the beginning of that one stream, my microphone was just crapping itself, and it just wasn't working. So I had to unfortunately scrap some parts of that. But I will edit some of the more fun parts of my streams into digestible clips. Also, welcome to some of the new people that are joining in. I'm just doing a warm-up round before I begin the level 122 codex, because I'm still trying to build a good Magna deck. For whatever reason, my luck is terrible. Maybe you can get a mod. Ask Twitter, formerly known as X. True! Formerly known as X! I could ask over there. Maybe. I mean, I would have to have more traction, but also I would have to know if the person is someone that I can, like, kinda trust on. Oh my gosh, Magna, chill out. Trust with moderating the streams and whatnot. Like, I don't need a whole lot of moderation as it is currently. It's mostly just mic checks, because as said, I don't know what it is with my microphone, but, like, it will randomly begin to lag, and then I can't tell, obviously. What am I looking for here? Maybe an accessory for Haru, and then I'm gonna remove a card. But, otherwise, yeah. I'm editing some of the clips. Unfortunate that half of it has to be gone. But yeah, it's starting through halfway through, so maybe I'll just make shorts out of it. I could always pitch in, but when I go back to my magical girl dorm, I won't be able to be as online, sadly. Yeah, unfortunate. I get it, though. I get it. It just really sucks. But yeah, not much that can be done about it. I'll find someone eventually. Maybe it's something that I have to do via perusing the chat channels or whatever, in like other Discord servers or a Discord server, and then see how that goes. But yeah, I'm not sure how most people go about finding theirs. I think that's gonna be the difficult part. Okay, I think I go down here and then I hit one of the elites. Also, I'm not, like, familiar with how it is to pick mods on something like Twitch, because do they expect the mod to be around, like, for most streams? Because that feels like, I don't know, I get it's an unemployed job, per se, and it's not like I'm paying mods or whatever, so people are doing it out of their own will, their own free will, but, yeah, it's whatever. I think for now. I think it's something that'll come around eventually. But for now, yeah, I'm good on my own. It's literally just the microphone thing that becomes an issue. So not too worried about it, Then, I've spoken about shorts, editing styles as well. I know that I want to edit things in my own style and how I want to, but when people talk about editing videos, I often see them end up in like a very formulaic pattern with their edits. While I could throw it, and I guess maybe this is like as you become more experienced or depending on the amount of effort that you put in, even though that might be the case, it does feel a little bit like I don't really have any kind of style to my editing currently, and I still need to actually learn to edit. But the cycle of it is that you want to edit something that appeals nicely to whatever it is people are watching or whatever it is people are doing, and want to enjoy the content itself. So you want to introduce your own kind of humor, but if you're not good enough to do something like that in the beginning, then you end up in a situation where it's like, oh, I want to edit something good, but I can't edit something good, so then I don't edit something good, but because I'm not editing something good, then you don't end up with anything at all. And I know it's very much a case of like, oh, you should just like publish anywhere, you should just post anyway, even if it's like really shitty. So maybe I'll have to teach myself to do that. I feel a little bit bad though to put out bad content, if that makes sense. So I don't necessarily want to produce or put out content that's not entertaining, but maybe just putting out a bunch of shorts is good enough. I was also thinking that eventually, and I know people have been making a point that if you stream on vertical streams, that vertical streams introduces a lot more like younger audiences and whatnot, and I don't know, I'm not really gearing myself to be towards or streaming towards younger audiences. I'm mostly streaming not only for myself, but also for adults, even if I am attempting to be say-so. If I say so. You get what I mean? So, kind of, when using 10 or more action points plus 2 immunity, nope, that sucks. So I don't necessarily want to appeal to kids, but if they enjoy it, maybe. It's just not my intention to, so I don't know, maybe I'll stream to my TikTok or something like that as well. That could be interesting, that's for sure. But then I'd have to have like 3 or 4 monitors open for my X chat, for my TikTok chat, for my YouTube chat, for my Twitch chat. Oh my gosh, it's just like a lot. That's why I'm a little bit unsure. Like, also with what audiences you bring in. Maybe it's fine though. Maybe it's fine. Maybe people are just exaggerating, because any kind of discoverability is probably good discoverability, right? Though, then again, I've heard that maybe a little bit for the VTuber community, that some kids were joining and then asking, "Are you AI?" So I don't really want to engage with interactions like that, but I guess it's not too bad of a concern. I'm not AI, I think. I'm totally real, guys. So maybe it's okay. Oh, I don't really like the hand I have now. I don't like this boss. The fact that he just gets to have extra attacks or extra turns depending on how many cards you play. It's very stinky. Oh my gosh, it's already been 45 minutes and I haven't even started the codex. I thought that I was going to be talking about the patch notes as well. Maybe that has to wait until tomorrow, or maybe until the weekend. That feels really late though.
I'm gonna miss the hype train talking about it.
I want them to do it on Sundays, honestly. Why did they have to do it on a Monday? Seems like such bad timing to be able to discuss and make videos about it, but who knows? Maybe it's just streamer things for the unemployed, so to speak. So, oh well. Also, is he gonna attack even though I'm not attacking him? Let's see. Does he hit me? No, okay, so he only attacks in retaliation if I have attacked him? Yeah, I think so. Let's use this, and then I'm going to use Engraved Malice. Okay, it did not use any of the attack cards I thought it would, and I'm wondering if this is going to tick down his action count. It did, but I will get Charge Energy, then I can draw one more card. Oh, Lift Anchor, and then we can do 70% more attack on the Anchor Shot. Again, they already and should be fixing this Anchor Shot to... Oh, okay, is this gonna be the... yeah, 5 or more? Who... I can't check Faint Memory right now. Let's just throw 7 arms onto Mika for some damage gen. I could have thrown it onto Haru, but she's... I don't know. I throw a lot of, like, cards just onto Haru because I can. So yeah, not, like, wholly sure. Corroded Core. If the attack is impair on all enemies. Relic Corruption? Let's see. Is it because I have the sword that I can do this? Corrupted Core. Retain 20% shield. Oh, that's so good. But it gets rid of my lead. It gets rid of my lead card, though. Okay. I'll do it. Even if it gets rid of my lead, I think. Yeah. I mean, that's just such a crazy good card. That's the thing, though. Okay. Unfortunate. The first time that I got one of the activates the first lead card in hand per turn, I get that crazy mythic item. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can... I don't know. I do need to get some... Oh my gosh, I need 3 more epiphanies? Yeah, I need 3 more epiphanies. Oh my goodness. I'm not getting them. I managed to get an epiphany on like every single other one. Except her? Really? This game, dude. This game is like really mean for no reason. Oh my gosh. I didn't even get the Dominion card either. So I can't actually... I can't actually, or I'm not going to use it, rather. Not that I can't. It's just that I was going to say I can't use this one in the Spiral Tower of Screams, but that's more so because it doesn't have the cards that I need. Let's throw Gear Bag onto Mika, because I reckon I've got a lot of AP gen now, but I don't have a lot of, anything else, basically. I need more card draw, is what I should get. Because the annoying thing about the Gear Bag is that it's just a one-time thing. I don't like that it exhausts. Ugh, excuse me. Always tired. Always tired during the weekends. Honestly, could go for a bit of a nap, but when couldn't I? I could just nap, like, right now. Maybe I'll do a sleep stream. Wow, wouldn't that be so entertaining? I could fall asleep on stream. And... all it would be is just my PNG not talking for the next hour. That would be funny. I could one day, like, I sometimes worry that when I go live, I've accidentally muted my mic or something. So I've just been like talking to myself the entire time and no one interacts solely because I haven't unmuted myself. It's not a nightmare, but it's something that I worry about. I've missed some part of my stream and I just can't get, or I don't know if I'm interacting with anyone. It's a little bit like the fear of, oh, am I talking to people right now, or is it just talking to myself, or am I actually streaming yet? Am I streaming on all platforms? It's a little bit of that concern, you know? So, I don't know. Would have to see about that. But I think because I'm like right at the boss, maybe I'll just begin talking about the patch notes a little bit. So I was taking a look through some of the patch notes that we would eventually be getting, yet again, so to speak. And, well, they wanted to change background and direction is one of the... I guess I'll start from the beginning. The first one is just a little bit of an adjustment. They talk about changing some of the save data and storage rule adjustments, and by that it means that they want to change some of the faint memory of how that works in the game. So they want to ensure that people are actually creating more diverse decks and then penalizing, like, overcompensating by, I think it was duplicating 4+ cards. So we'll see how that goes. They want it to be more focused on people actually they say here to allow greater focus on in-game choices and experience with an intuitive direction on save data storage. So I don't really know. I tried deciphering half of that. Like, they want to change it, but I don't know. They talk about creating some form of optimal play, which means that they want you to basically remove a bunch of cards or duplicate a bunch of cards, and then they said that they were going to change how this works. So the calculations for save data changes are going to entail that the epiphany costs will change from the duplication costs will change from being 0, 10, 30 to now 0, 0, 40, which I think is better because then it only costs to get that third copy of a card. I don't know how that'll affect endgame decks though, because it is kind of seldom that you get a triplicate or a quadruplicate, I guess. So the first one, then the second one, then the fourth one. So technically the fourth, the quadruplicate, is going to be the one that costs, instead of having it cost on every single one. So even though, and that's what I'm confused by, whenever I check here and then I duplicate one of my cards, it said it was at, I think it was at 60, and then it jumped up to 80, so I don't even know if it's working as it is right now. But maybe it's meaning the first time, like base level, then it's 10, but it hasn't been 10, it jumped up by 20, and then it's meant to jump up by 30, and then it's meant to go to 40, etc. Then they said that they were changing the rarity of the monster cards, so that should be really good, because the main issue I have with the monster cards is that why do some of these cost you like 80, why do all of them cost you 80 points to add to your deck when they just kind of, they kind of suck? Like, one of them is just, oh yeah, this one impairs, by the way. Yeah, I don't care that it impairs. That doesn't help. It's very niche, and bringing that to most content would probably get you killed. So it's just eating up faint memory slots for the sake of it. So we'll see how it goes from there. Can I get a crit on this? Nope. Really close to winning that though. Really close. Yeah. Sorry, I was just double checking something. I got a message. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, so they've changed. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Wait, wasn't there another one? Did I just miss the other lead card? Ugh. Okay, whatever. When an ally inflicts ravage, it's really not that good, man. Okay, I wanted some better cards. Apparently the weekly hasn't reset. Is it in 5 minutes, the weekly reset? I don't know when it changes over. When it swaps on by. Guess it's just a matter of figuring it out. But yeah, I'm now going to swap over to the level 122 codex. Let's see how good I can do. I'm really not confident that I will be able to do this. I think I will probably fail. I'm going to memory erase Haru and Mika, and then we'll start, because I'm not going to do this on Nightmare Mode. How is it possible, by the way, that I somehow didn't get Maximum Epiphanies on Magna during that run, but I managed to get Maximum Epiphanies on every single other character? That sucks so bad, man. Ugh. Okay, it does seem like it was already weekly reset, though. Also, which one do I pick? None of these? None of these are good. I don't like any of these. What on earth? I think the middle one, maybe? Middle one seems like okay-ish. But let's have a go at Foretold Ruin. Can't rest, 6 elite areas, 70% credits. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Disable nightmare modes just so that I don't build up an egregious amount of stress. So, I don't know. I still think that I'm going to end up with a mental break, like, at least a couple of times. Select and obtain, then get a random neutral card. Maybe health and decrease max health by 20%. No, I'm already, like, fighting a massive uphill battle. I think I just get one shot in most cases, actually. I wonder if this comp is even great for Magna. You know, that's one of the things that I've been thinking of as well. They suggested that Game 1 piece of Reddit increase... oh, actually, I've got the upgrade. Elite areas, though. I know that I'm gonna run into this, but also gain legendary now? Sorry. Yawning. Man, I'm really tired, I guess. I didn't notice it, or maybe I'm just not breathing. Maybe I'm just not breathing and I'm not getting enough oxygen. I do feel a little bit more lethargic today, and that's why. We'll see how much more I begin to stream, how many more people tune in for the stream, and that might determine for how much longer I continue. Okay, either way, I get kind of zapped going through any one of these checkpoints. Let's go down all the way along the bottom. No, it won't matter, actually. I can't rest. So I should avoid combat as much as possible. Oh gosh, this is going to be way harder than I thought. I already remembered that I do not have any ability to rest at camps. So I need to try get through most of these combats as fast as possible, which Magna doesn't feel like she's the best for. Because the counterattack stuff... it doesn't work all the time in my favor. Also, did I hit reset, and will I be able to get my Sands of Time or whatever they're called? I don't know, Prince of Persia-esque currency system to rewind time. I need to make sure that my dice rolls aren't screwed over by the fact that I've used up all of my little hourglass currencies over the day. Let's see. Upon critical hit, maybe? Again, it's really difficult to know. Combo, not that good. The rightmost one? Maybe. I think if I can do retain on the anchor shot, that might be the best one. And then at least I can keep one attack card in hand. I think that's the main issue here, is that I don't really have a high damage output by default. I have the potential for really high damage output, but everything else not so much. So, yeah, okay. No, it's not reset. Oh, please! Okay. Managed to. Yeah. This is okay so far. Question is, do I go down here, then down? No. No, I think I do down like so, because I'm gonna hit one more unexplored or one more unidentified area. Then that should work. Oh, reduce HP? Yeah! Okay, we got an Aether Eater. That's nice. So we'll do Frozen Fist, support drone. Then we'll do like so. Then I get rid of both of them. There we go. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Latent Epiphany. Okay. Got both of those cards. Legendary one. Then we'll put this on Mika. Not bad, actually. The fact that I can't heal after resting, and now that I've got an item that heals me at least a little bit by 8%. Yeah. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. We can do Anchor Shot here, I think is better. Yeah, I don't think Glacial Iron Fist would have dealt enough damage. That's one of the things that I kinda neglect doing in this game, and it's that I don't tend to check what the maximum or best damage output is before I just click a whole bunch of buttons, and I've already committed to playing. So, yeah. Then... Oh, I could... Does this also do it? This one deals way more damage, though. I just need to get more epiphanies, and I think once I have enough epiphanies, I should be fine? Maybe? Because epiphanies are really good, especially if you get the divine ones. I mean, obviously, because the divine ones add an extra resource, per se, to the cards. But the reason why some of the divine epiphanies are so good is because they add innate card draw. I really need more innate card draw. I should have healed. I didn't know I would get a crit there. Oh wait, no, I can't heal. Never mind. Pro gamer. Doesn't matter. Oh, what's this thing? Did they add, like, new modifiers to the enemies or something? Why is this one, like, poison green? It looks like it's gonna poison my cards. Yeah, I was exactly right. So it poisoned 2 of my cards. That sucks, for sure. So I'm gonna get rid of that one as soon as possible. We're gonna do charge energy, then we're gonna just hammer that. You know what I realized? Last run, I didn't use my ego skills at all. I'm barely using my ego skills, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, no ego skills whatsoever. And then we'll do this, and then, yeah, build up 1 stack of counterattack. Isn't that just nuts? Then we'll do Anchor Shot here. Oh, okay. Crit. Nice. It's so Jover for him. Exhaust decrease. I think decreasing the stress of allies is probably the better one for the long haul. It does feel like, and I kind of do wish that they had more. Rally. Yeah, we'll throw Rally onto Mika. It does feel like they should have or add the ability to traverse more floors. I want to be able to fight more bosses, or at least one more boss, and like do a longer run so that I can ensure that some of my characters get epiphanies. Because right now it feels like I'm not getting enough gear, I'm not getting enough epiphanies, I'm still not getting rid of some of the cards that I wanted to. So it's, I don't know, it's tough to say. Like, I get why they want you to restart and they don't want you to be able to just do one run and get the exact deck that you need. But at the same time, I want to be able to actually play more of a run that I'm liking. I feel like maybe that's a hook to roguelike games or roguelike games, where because you're so close to making the perfect deck, or because you begin to really enjoy playing with a particular deck, a particular setup, whatever, like maybe you got an insane item combination and you're just able to plow through a whole bunch of enemies, it feels like they limit you at a certain point because they know that getting right to that hook and then having to finish the run makes it feel like not as satisfying, so you keep playing over and over to get that satisfaction that you initially had or were building up to. So you get up to like this climax per se of, oh, finally, I'm gonna be able to use this, or have, like, this insanely good deck, if I just get these 2 cards next. And then you never get those 2 cards, so you're like, oh, I was so close, just one more, and you play through it, and you don't get it, and you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. I think that's, like, the strategy to it. Also, this guy just keeps on adding more and more shield. I might be screwed, honestly. Let's do charge energy, anchor into anchor shot. Yeah, this battle is not gonna go well. I don't need a heal, so maybe I don't need to use that. I wanted to use Mika's ego skill to then use anchor shot again, but I don't think it was worth using it there. Okay, now I've taken down the shield. Let's increase rally. And of course, now I pick up glacial iron. So I'll take that one to counterattack, maybe? To counterattack. Yeah, we'll do stress decrease. At least that one's a guaranteed. We'll do ice wall, and then we'll do water barrier. I'm wondering if that was the right play, though. I think it was, because then I could have built up, or I did build up 2 more stacks of counterattack. Frost charge, then frozen fist, burn, and then frost shield, and hopefully that, like, deals enough damage to him. It would be nice if I eventually got to the ego manifestation level of, though I know it's, like, really unlikely to, where I get Magna to, like, I don't know, was it 6 or something, that her counterattacks don't remove vulnerability. Man, that is such an insanely good, oh, do I get it? Do I get it? Nope. I don't get the card. Oh my gosh, tragic. Yeah, let's do Haru. I already forgot what my train of thought is. Man, I'm way more tired than I thought. Let's see how well I do. Because I might actually end stream a little bit earlier today if I'm feeling too tired. Because I just want to chillax, and I just want to see if I can do this. I mean, so far, level 122 hasn't been going that bad. If I failed this run, oh, actually, I did save up, was it 2 10 pulls? Something like that, that I figured, oh, I'll do at the end of the stream. So if I fail this run, then I'll do my 10 pulls then. I think that would be pretty fun, so you can see how shit my luck is. But I think, was it 60 more pulls? It was something like that. It was 60 more pulls until I would be able to get another 5-star. And I'm not expecting to get anything below pity. I still have not gotten a single 5-star outside of the pity. It's tragic. It really, really, really is. So we'll have to see how well it goes. And in that case, I will do a couple of rolls. I'll do the 2 rolls, but I'm not going to use those, like, what's it called? It's not the, they're the currency that you go into the store and then you buy extra pulls with. Those ones, when you get 10 of them, you can then get 1 more roll. I forget what they're called. They've got some wacky name or something. But if I get more of those, I'm probably not going to use it for that. I kind of want to save up to get a guaranteed unit or an ego manifestation. So right now, though, I'm kind of banking on getting more copies of Reen, just because I really like Reen. Though who else would be good to get copies of? Maybe Kalipe, but Mei-Ling, sorry, and Reen. Why are you grinding Chaos? Why don't you wait for Season 2? Also, welcome back, Toxin. How are you? I'm just playing Chaos for fun. I'm not doing it for any other reason. I'm just having fun, grinding level 122 at this point. So no particular reason. Also, I use this game basically as a background for me talking about different things. So it's like my chill game in that sense. So I'm not like thinking about it as in grinding for resources or anything like that. I'm thinking of it as, oh, I'm having fun playing it. But I am a little bit sleepy today, so I don't know, maybe I will just like fail completely. But yeah, I did see, doesn't the chaos codex thingy, the level of it, I think it resets in 2 days as well or something like that. So it's not too long from now where all of my shit is gonna reset and then I'm gonna have to restart it. But I don't so much mind. I'm gonna be playing it a lot in my own time anyway. I can't beat level 60 world in chaos, my character capped at 50, what should I do? In that case, I would probably say that you should try get your characters up to level 55. But if you really don't want to level them up, or if you really can't level them up at this point, then upgrading or getting better, what are they called, memory fragments, I think it was, is probably your priority. You should try aim for, and I know it's a little bit of a strat now, if the 4-piece set isn't that good, like let's say you're playing Reen. She doesn't have a whole lot of void sets that fit her, like both of them kind of suck. Only one of them actually affects her her abilities, but it also only affects one card. For that, I think you should grind the 2-set ones instead. So go for like bonus attack damage, bonus crit damage, and I don't know, something else. You can pair another one and see how it goes there. But those two, I would say, are pretty good for Reen. Is an example of what you do if your characters are capped at level 50. Then there's also, and don't forget to raise the levels of your partner. Your partners will help a lot in terms of just stat padding. Also the uncapping or uncapped level of partners, since you can just like get a 3-star and then just uncap them into maximum. That's another route of doing it, which is a little bit slower. Potential as well is important, but I wouldn't say it's as important as maybe some of the gear. Like just picking the right gear is kind of important. Like you could have the best setup or whatever, but if your gear doesn't like play into what that setup is, it won't matter. Like for Haru, I'm running a crit chance build, and because it's crit chance, that means that I can I can always pick that one epiphany that returns anchor shot 2-hand, and since it's returning it 2-hand, depending on if I do a crit or not, since she's at 50%, that's like a guaranteed at some point or eventually. And then there's the epiphany as well to increase anchor shot's crit chance by 25%. So at worst, I have a 75% chance to just add that card back to my hand because my memory fragments are basically playing into the fact that I've built for... okay, that one's way better. Because they're dependent on the fact that I've built for crit chance. So that's one way of going about it. Then I would maybe say... learning the cards is really good. Obviously, you want to kind of thin out your deck. You want to remove a lot of the basic cards. It depends on which characters. Mei Lin doesn't want to remove her basic cards, but that's like a bit of an exception. For Mika, you might want to remove Water Arrow and Water Barriers, and then you only have Source of Water, Technical Analysis, etc. For Magna, maybe you want to remove her Frozen Fist, because it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. For Haru, you'll probably get rid of Lift Anchor, you'll probably get rid of Power Anchor, because you've already got 2 or 3 2-cost cards in your deck, especially if you're creating new cards. So my first advice would be to thin out your deck as much as humanly possible, then to focus on... well, okay, maybe it's 2 categories is a better or an easier way of explaining it. The 2 categories are things that you can affect outside of a run, and then you've got things that you can affect inside of a run. If you want to try improve your... how good you are, what's the strat for save data in Season 2? We don't know what Season 2 is going to be like yet, but they are going to make it way easier to grind save data. So for instance... They said that you would be able to pick one of the characters to get 3 random epiphanies, or duplications, card duplications, so that makes it way easier. Then they said that they were going to add arena cards, and that would make things way easier to conditionally trigger and get new cards added to hand. Then they've got like the Reforge system or whatever with God's Hammer, I think it was called. So I can't tell you what the optimal strategy of it is yet, but I think, and this is just a bit of a guess, the best way of playing through it will probably be low-level codex, grind out Fate Memory until you get like the optimal deck per se, with Nightmare Mode on. So you want to play the lowest possible level at the highest possible codex level, with Nightmare Mode on, and then you'll build up a really good save data deck. The meta, so to speak, for, what's it called? Tower of Screams? Spiral Tower of Screams? Yeah. For Spiral Tower of Screams, I think the meta will probably be something like getting the Dominion card on just one character, grinding out just infinite healing or heal looping on the first wave, shield as much as you can, or get to one of the waves that like doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, and then just wait until you've got like 50 morale and one-shot the boss. So you can really cheese some of the missions in Spiral Tower of Screams. As for the events, I don't know what the Nebula distortion is going to be, so I don't want to comment on it just yet, but if it's going to be anything like the first one, then it's probably just going to be a bunch of multi-hits, as many hits as you can. Though it does seem like 9 is going to be more of a shielder character, which means that she's going to not deal direct damage, and therefore not deal a lot of hits on her own. So maybe, just maybe, it's going to be the opposite strategy, and it's going to be more survival focused. I wonder if they're going to change the Nebula distortion strategy to being more distortion, or to being more stall focused, because I could kind of see that working out fine, though I think Whales not being able to use like some of their strongest characters might suck. Because I don't think many people have built characters like Magna. I could be wrong, though. At the end of this turn, Ice Fragment lead, yeah, I think this is good. I'm still trying to go for a lead deck. I've been, oh, come on. I can't wait for the next season to come just so that I can get rid of some of these cards. Shield Gain, no. None of these are good. On Ravage, Impair. I'm trying to build a lead deck for Magna, which is why I'm saying that it's not really good, because the because that artifact or whatever replaced my lead card one. So I'm going to put this on Magna. The Forbidden cards, though, I wonder if that means that they're going to remove the Dimensional Tunnel for the next season. So I wonder what they'll add, actually. I wonder what they'll add for the new, like, codex effect. It makes me think that they might add something dependent on deck? I don't know. What would the event be? We've got, like, no hints to go off of. That's the really difficult part. So I'm just, like, blindly guessing. If I were the developers, I would probably say that it would be some kind of random event. I think they're going to do the same thing. The type of cards, however, I think might be based off of intent. I feel like that's where they might go, or at least in the future. That's a gander that I have, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm lying, making stuff up. Maybe I'm just a liar. But I think cards that are affected by intent is probably going to come out. Not with the next patch, maybe the next one, maybe the next one after that, but something like that. But arena cards? Arena cards, them conditionally creating or adding cards to your hand, I'm not sure. It could be really good, or it could suck. But I think in more cases than not, they'll probably be good, since oh my gosh, did I really just retain both of that twice? Lame, lame. I think the arena cards will be good because it's directly adding them to your hand, and that's kind of what made one of Sereniel's cards really, really good. The upgrade card that allows her to generate 2 attack cards, those 2 homing lasers, anytime you ravage a target. So I think if you could get a whole bunch of these equipments that generate a bunch of cards in hand, though then again, the upside to Sereniel was that, or was the fact that she's generating 0 cost cards. So I don't know if the arena cards are also going to be 0 cost. I kind of hope they are, but that might make everyone a little bit broken. Not that it's such a bad thing. At least it makes some characters more viable, but I'm interested to see how they make shield or defend characters super viable. Because if Nine is going to be paired with Noria, but she's going to focus on shielding, are they going to implement something that makes Magna good as well? I kind of hope so. I really do hope so, because it would be really nice to have Magna be stupidly good as well. I don't know. I like Magna. She's such a cool character, just in terms of design and in terms of what her deck looks like. I think counterattacks and all the benefits that they have with just not having to take up a turn, and yeah, it kind of sucks. It depends on the hit count and the intention of the enemy. Wow. It depends on the intention of the enemy, but because it's more or less just... Oh, okay. That sucked as an opening hand. Because it's dependent on more or less the intent of an enemy, you can't really activate it as much, but I feel like maybe they'll add some card that allows you to trigger counterattack stacks, or something that works off of counterattack stacks. But then again, that could also just be a unique feature to 9, and then we'll have to see if that's what happens. I kind of don't want it to be especially a unique feature to 9, because I do want Magna to be better as well. But if we get something like that, maybe she'll be a really good pairing with Reen, because if a character is just going to be a shielder based on counterattacks, then you're technically not using attack cards or counter, or yeah, I think it's still just fully attack cards, right? That Reen doesn't like to work with, because then she loses Dark Mist stance. So I think if you end up not using attack cards, you can just infinitely pair Reen with 9 with Magna. Okay, what's this? 200% shield, damage to all enemies equal to shield gained. Ooh. That's pretty cool, but that saps so much. Wait. Of my faint memory. I don't even know what my faint memory is at currently. That's difficult. That's really difficult. If I remove it as well, then it's gonna cost, but it's gonna be 80. I've got 1 duplicated card. I don't have a remove card yet, but I do have a forbidden card. That would put me at least 120, then I would go up to 140. I think I've got enough, but if I hit a Divine Epiphany, then it would put me over. Let's... No. Yeah, let's risk it. Let's risk it. I think this could be good. Let's see. Okay, I'm at 120, so it was only the forbidden card, and it was only the monster card. Yeah. Okay, we're fine for now. I wonder what Epiphany I can get on some of them, actually. Can I get a draw card for each card of this unit in hand? Draw 1 card? Yeah, let's draw 1 card. I think drawing 1 card is really good right here. Because then I can get the anchor pull, whatever it's called. That lets me fetch from deck for my anchor shot. Counter attack, or for each shield 50%. Oh, for each enemy 50% shield gain. Yeah, I think more shield gain. Like, yeah, just more shield is always good, but you know, I feel like there can be such thing as too much shield. You just need the mythic artifact that allows you to retain a certain amount of shield per turn, and that would probably help. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna use tactical analysis here so I can build up some wave stacks. Also, I really need to reshuffle all these ego skills. Oh my gosh. That kind of sucks. We'll do rally here as well. We'll do Slaughter just so that this gets rid of it for now. It is an okay card. I think it dealing damage to all of them dependent on how much shield you gain is not bad, in all honesty. Oh, I thought my anchor shot disappeared, but no, it's right there. I've got a lot of AP. Wait, what on earth? How did I get that much AP? Okay. Elite battle over in like a moment? Dang. What's this? 120% shield, 1 vulnerable. If the target did not act, 100 shield plus 1 vulnerable. Oh my gosh. That's also really good. What? Damn. If the target did not act. Yeah, I feel like I should have gone with that monster card on Magna instead. Yeah, I'll skip this. I can't wait for them to implement rarities so that I can actually have more of a chance of adding more of these monster cards to characters rather than feeling like, oh, I can't add these really unique cards because they're just like really bad for no reason at all other than to be bad because they're a monster card. Like there's so many good possibilities of like decks. Like there was the Firefox one or whatever that allows you to duplicate a card in your draw deck or draw pile and then add it to your hand. That one is so good, but they're apparently nerfing it as well. They're changing it to something, and I actually have the patch notes here. What is it called? It's like Fox something? Yeah, Spirit Kefox. From the draw pile, choose 1 card to draw, apply, retrieve. So it doesn't even duplicate the card, it just applies retrieve. That really sucks. I mean, that's not nearly as powerful. Yeah, I get it's busted to generate basically a duplicate of any card in your draw pile. You could probably abuse that with like Cassius, Joker into it, copy a card from your draw pile, then get it, or you could, I don't know, duplicate another Joker. I don't know, however, if it duplicates the ability or the card's like cost reduction, because if you can duplicate a Divine Epiphany, then I can see it being really busted. But if it's just going to be the card itself, then actually I don't see why not. Like, maybe it should have duplicated the card without any of its epiphanies, and that might have been more fair, though how fair you decide to call it is like entirely dependent on which character you're playing. Some of the characters, like if you're just duplicating one of their mythic rarity cards, probably trivializes some parts of the game already. Also, he's got a lot of shield. Wait, how far am I into this? Okay, I'm like... Oh, I'm not even at the halfway point. I thought I was at the halfway point, because it feels like it's been a while. I don't like that this lead card is triggering my 0 costs. That sucks. Okay. We'll do Anchor Shot, and then we'll do Anchor Pointer. Yeah, I didn't get a crit. So we'll do Anchor Pointer, and then we'll hit again. I could do... No, we'll just do regular Anchor, and that should deal some damage. I was wondering if I should do Charge Energy, but I don't think I should. Now I can do Charge Energy, and then draw another card. Maybe it's the draw? Yeah. And then we can do Anchor Shot here. Already added to hand, doesn't matter. I should have done this first now that I think about it. I could kill him here, but I'm gonna save Magna's Ego skill, because I think I'll run into a sticky situation and then won't be able to do it. I wonder as well if when the codex season refreshes, like once we get season 2, if I'm just going to lose out on all of my currently existing codices. That would suck. I really don't want to lose those, I'm thinking now. Because I want to continue with my level 122 playthrough. If I don't manage to beat it now, then hopefully later, right? I'm going to get rid of Whirlpool. I don't want to risk getting an Epiphany on that instead of one of the other cards. Then, should I get something else? I need armor on Haru. I think 4 armor? What do I want? I could go for the healing one, or I could go for... No, not damage reduction. Damage reduction being 2 kinda sucks. Maybe we do Cloud Walking Shoes, though I don't actually cause Ravage that often. Assault Boots is just bad. I really feel like they need to rework some of the existing gear, because I can't see people using things like assault boots because of how much it sucks. Like, on the second turn, gain 200% fixed shield. Why, though? Why would you choose that? It feels really underpowered for it being a legendary. There are common items that are better than that, like the one that allows you to heal for 2% of your max HP when you're hit for that turn. And it's every single turn. Like, there's no conditional part to it. Whereas the fact that that armor piece just dies the second you use it, because it just becomes useless. It's just stat padding at that point. That doesn't seem so fair. So I guess if it's possible... Oh, now I've got a choice again. Do I want to add shield retain? Okay. I have got 3 lead cards. I kind of don't want to. I got lucky with the engraved malice. So maybe I don't want to get that artifact. I could get... the other option is getting yet another neutral card, I think. I could add Belligerence to Magna. That would be pretty okay. If I added anything to Haru, though, I don't know what I'd pick for Haru. Yeah, let's pick this rare option just because I can. I don't want the stress. I would have gone for Corrupted Core had I not gotten such a good roll with all of my lead cards, especially because I have the Engraved Malice and because I have the blah 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 blah. Trash bin for Haru? What? How dare you? Also, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, the deck is kind of okay for now, so I'll pick something like this. I could go for... again, it depends. It depends. It doesn't feel like I should put it on Haru. I want to get rid of Lift Anchor, but replacing it with something, I'm not sure. Because I've got plenty of attack cards in hand already. I don't think it's going to matter so much. I'm not going to end up using this save data anyway once I complete the run. Then... you know what? Maybe Belligerence is the move here. Maybe Belligerence is the move. I'm thinking way too hard about this, probably. This probably won't matter. I'll probably get through all of it anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I could probably get rid of that. Actually... maybe I go for Gearbag. Gearbag would be probably pretty good. I mean, Crystallization as well, just for extra, but I don't know. Throw more stuff on Mika. Get her to be a draw, healer, whatever. Just for more card draw. Seems pretty good. Ooh. I think I'll go down and up. I kind of want to try for the elite enemy. No, never mind. I've got a monster card already. I'm gonna go way over limit if I try go for another monster card now. And that's what kind of sucks, because until the next patch where they change how the rarities of the cards work for monster cards, so not all of them are considered as mythic and therefore they all don't cost 80. They all don't cost 80 points Faint Memory to be added to the deck. I don't think that I'm going to be using most of them. I got this one now in my deck for Magna. This one here. 200% shield is what it is by default, then damage to all enemies equal to shield gained. That one is really good, but it costs me 80 to add it to the deck. So why add it to the deck? Well... because it's a cool monster card. I don't know, I want to be using more of these monster cards, but they make it really difficult because of how much it costs. Like, 80 points for that when I could have gotten the Dominion one, which increases my morale by 1 at the start of every turn. It feels a little bit unbalanced in that sense. So I'm really looking forward to the patch tomorrow, where I'll be able to kind of circumvent that with... Lift Anchor, really? Where I'll be able to kind of circumvent that by going for some of the cheaper monster cards or going for just monster cards in general where they don't cost as much Faint Memory. Then they're also changing how the Faint Memory works for duplicates and so on. So, yeah, it should be A-okay. And Oh, yeah, okay, I'll heal here. Man, Lift Anchor is such a bad card, though. I can't wait for them to change that so that it just increases Anchor Shot's damage and doesn't make it cost 1 more. Who on earth thought that was a good idea? It just reduces the usage of that card by, like, 80%, at least. Man. Yeah, I crit there, then I can hit him again. Again. And then we'll move Anchor Shot. Is it worth doing this now? Wait, no, I'm gonna do counter attack, aren't I? He's gonna hit me and then he's gonna die anyway? I think so. Oh, actually he died because he had an agony stack on him. Never mind. I knew that. That was totally planned for. This one? Yeah. I'm just trying to reduce stress at this point before I get closer and closer to the boss. I'm not going to... Okay, I can overheal here? A little bit of overheal. I was thinking that maybe if I should have kept more AP and then I would have taken less damage there, but actually I think I got it on the ego anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, Golden Obelisk, please! Select and copy 1 card. What would I copy? I think even if I copy... Oh no, it's gonna be 30. Okay. I could change, or I could add 1 more Ice Fragment maybe? So that I get 40%? I mean, that's really good, isn't it? Or I could trigger an Epiphany. What cards would I want Epiphany on? So these... Okay, no, actually all of Magna's cards has an Epiphany attached to it. So I think I'm going to duplicate instead to try get a better deck for Magna. Maybe then it becomes usable. Because even if it's unusable outside of this, as long as it's usable for this run, that's most of what matters. Yeah, okay, 20. So it didn't count as getting another Divine Epiphany, which is kind of surprising. I thought that it would have, but I guess not. Okay, and then here, surely it won't cost to remove just Frozen Fist, right? I kind of don't want to risk it. I mean, this is such a good deck for Magna, even if it is a lot of cards. I mean, let's see. The patch notes say that for removing cards, they were going to change it. Removing cards other than starting cards does not grant points. Each removed starting card is valued at 20 points. Okay. Never mind, so everything will cost and then it'll put me 10 over. Lame. Lame. Do I want to remove anything? I could get rid of... You know what? We could get rid of Lift Anchor, and then that's not going to be much of an issue. Let's do that. I think we get rid of Lift Anchor because this is actually a really good deck so far. I wonder as well if when they're going to introduce the patch notes in Season 2, if that means that they're going to retroactively change the cards and how they work. Let's also find a piece of armor. Because if Lift Anchor is going to be changed into... it doesn't make Anchor Shot cost 1 more and increases damage, then I could see myself using it, but then I want it to apply to decks retroactively. But I guess in this case, I've just, like, completely skipped that option because I've removed Anchor Shot from, like, every Haru deck that I have. It is just that bad. Ooh, Dialos Epiphany to 1 card? I think if I wanted to, I should apply it to Slaughter? Yeah. Is it going to apply it randomly? I hope it's not random. Let's see. Random? It's random. Lei Sai, Hui Kringong. Here we go. Blessing of Waves. That one's pretty good. Pretty good. Especially the draw 1 for that. Because it's a retained draw 1, which makes that kind of unique, actually. Also, holy shit, I'm getting to the end of level 122. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, and an Epiphany on this. 1 immunity. Oh my gosh, at turn start, 1 counterattack? Wait, is that permanent? Is that an upgrade? Or apply 3 vulnerable to all enemies? Does this apply as an upgrade? What? How is this working? It's not an upgrade card. Okay. I don't know if that's a bug or not. Usually upgrade cards are meant to be the only ones that trigger something like that. Also, Frost Shield. Nice. Extra counterattack stack. Let's see. Do I gain any counterattack once the turn ends? Yeah, I gain counterattack. What on earth? Okay, it wasn't listed. I think that must be a bug. Should I submit it though? That's the question. Do I take a picture of it and send it to the devs saying, "Hey, your game broke"? Why am I getting counterattack at the start of the turn from this? Haru. Oh shit, I can't target any of the other ones. Man, seriously? Okay, maybe. Yeah, I think power charge is actually my best bet here. I'm gonna use Source of Water so that I can gain 2 AP, because I think this battle might actually be the end of me if I don't get rid of the enemies here fast enough. It is unfortunate, but I need to get rid of the shields, and I need to get rid of their ability to just infinitely increase their HP. Wait, what on earth? Did it... Oh, okay, that was 2. Okay, we'll gain... No, we'll keep punching. I think I need to provoke it so that it begins attacking, because otherwise they're just going to gain more morale and then they're going to blow up and kill me. And I particularly do not want to be blown up and killed. So, Frost Charge, so we apply that. Then I can do Anchor Shot. Hopefully it crits. It did not crit. Then I can do Glacial Iron Fist. Hopefully that gets rid of some of it. Okay. Wait, why does that say that it's not going to deal any damage? Okay, well he's going to blow up, but let's see. I want to try get rid of most of their shield. Because, I mean, look at this. They're at 3,000. That's absurd. Magna. Okay, so I can actually deal enough damage that it brings them down. Nice. Then we'll rally so that it doesn't gain more shield. Fortunately, didn't get anything else. Let's draw one more card. This battle is... I don't know if this is going to work out all that good or not. We'll do Charge Energy. Hopefully that brings me to a Fetch Anchor Shot. Oh, no. It got me Anchor Shot already. Nice. Yeah, I thought it was gonna draw the Anchor Pointer, Point Anchor, whatever it was called. Anchor Pointer. Heart of the cards? Yeah, you just have to draw the out. That's how you work. See? True! Just draw the out. Come on. It's not even that difficult. So long as you draw the out, then you don't have to do anything. Then I can do Anchor Point. Oh my gosh! The combo! Insane! Now I can do Anchor Shot here. Hopefully it crits. It did not. Then I can just fish it back out, and then I'll do shield. Unfortunately, I don't have any retain. It would have been nice if I had some, but all of the Epiphany upgrades. Never doubt your cards again. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, please. I didn't believe in my deck. But now, it's so Jover for him. Oh my gosh, a crit? Yeah, easy peasy squeezy lemons. You know what they say. When life gives you lemons, it's easy squeezy. Whoa. And then for the last store, what are we going to get from here? Do I want to reduce my deck more than it is currently? I could get rid of some cards from Haru, actually. Maybe I get rid of Power Anchor, and that would at least thin out my deck a little bit. Let's get rid of Power Anchor. Farewell, Power Anchor. And... Knowledge of Darkness, draw 1, activate, but it's Finale. That card is so situational, it's... I mean, yeah, if it's the last card you're playing in your hand, maybe it's good then. I need to get... What was it? Yeah, Armor for Haru. Which means that I need to get something here. Oh, perfect. 2 damage reduction. This is basically just stat padding, because I'm at the last point. I can't rest. Skip. And then we're at the final boss of the level 122 codex. This is insane, actually. I was struggling so bad on the level 112, but this one, this time, I don't know, kinda nuts, which not going half bad, actually. Let's see, hopefully we can, nope, okay, we didn't draw into anything good whatsoever. Too early to use that. Yeah, none of them. It doesn't matter if I heal, but Mika's gonna go into a mental break as well. Oh, at least it's at the beginning, kind of. I mean, it still sucks, but I don't know. If only I could... Okay, we can do Charge Energy here, and then hopefully I can get something like Anchor Shot. Nope, I got Anchor Pointer. Anchor Shot. Then we hit. Then I'll do Frost Shield for just 1 extra... I haven't even taken any damage, so I can't use... There's like no point to using my second slot. Ego skill. Okay, now that that's been done, can we get really lucky here? No, we can't. Of course I won't. I really hope that I win this, but... that's not good. Okay, we'll do... Anchor shot here. I did not crit, so then we'll do another anchor pointer. Then we'll do this again. And then I think I have to do Frost Shield. Yeah. Do I have damage reduction applied? That's the question. Yeah, I've got 1 damage reduction added. So kind of okay. Oh my gosh, though, he's gonna deal so much damage. I'm really hoping that I don't lose this. I am so close to being able to defeat this. Will he kill me this turn? No, he won't. But I am getting close. Okay, I can do both. Then I'll do Fortitude, and then I'll deal damage here. Unfortunately, that's gonna put him in a Ravage. So, kind of. But at least he's attacking, what was that, twice? Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we've drawn 2, activating 2. Ooh, and it was Glacial Iron Fist. Nice. Okay, Iron Fist doesn't really matter. We'll trigger these 2. Still hasn't recovered from her mental break. Not cool. He's gonna add shield. Is it better to... No. Unfortunate, though. If I had Mika... Yeah, I've played for 2 hours. I'm wasting my time playing gacha games, but, you know, they're fun. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Now we've got Mika. We'll... I don't need it right now is the thing, though. Let's use Ice Wall. Gain that Fortitude. Yeah, look at that. Like, instantly removing all of the damage. Then I'll do... well, I've already got that. So how many stacks of counterattack do I have? I have 10. Oh my gosh. They're fun. Only reason you need... True! Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. It feels like a lot of gacha games, people shit on them or dog on them because they don't think that they're fun. But if you enjoy them and they're fun, they still are games. I would say, like, Chaos Zero Nightmare, what makes it really good is the fact that it is very much a game, despite being gacha. Like, the only, or one of the prime differences between this and something else is that Chaos Zero Nightmare is... It has the gacha mechanics, but it still plays like Slay the Spire. Like, there is still so many features to this that make it more than just a gacha game. Okay, we'll do Anchor Shot here. Okay, oh my gosh, this is it. I think I've won. Oh, I did it! Oh, and it's all because of the Heart of the Cards. There is no next turn! There we go, copy card. And then, you know, we'll add a 3rd Ice Fragment, even though that's put my Faint Memory over by 30? Yeah, 20 actually, I lied. On Ravage, when upgrade card is used? Yeah, no, I think we'll do this one, and then... No, actually, just extract. All of them are bad. It doesn't fit with any character. Oh my gosh, though. Yeah. Nice. Level 122 completed. Am I going to unlock a level 130 or 140 now? I wonder how high the levels will go up to. I'm surprised I even managed to do that. Like, I know I was able to do it in Spiral Tower of Screams, but I really did not have a good start to my run. So... Oh! And none of their decks are corrupted either, so I don't even have to waste one of the journals or whatever at the Epion Center. Okay, let's see. It got rid... Oh, okay, it just got rid of the Ice Fragment completely. I think this deck is really good, though. I'm gonna save this one. It's not as good as my Dominion one for the Spiral Tower of Screams, but if I'm just playing through, like, a couple of them, it would have been nice to have gotten rid of Frozen Fist, so it's not perfect. And yeah, it would have been nice to get rid of this one for the plus 20% shield and not 30% fixed shield. But overall, not a half-bad deck. Genuinely. That deck's not bad. That deck's not... I'll take good care of my deck. Oh, 130? It feels like it should be able to go higher. I don't know, I'm not seeing any variance on the levels, so maybe not. Add 8 elite areas is probably the easiest one here. And I kind of want that, actually. Decreasing max HP would probably kill me. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did it. Now I'm at level 30. Oh, and because the week restarted, back to the codex. I got two. Wait, holy shit, this resets every week? Oh my gosh. So you just get you get 4 free pulls each week just by doing level 90 codex? Nice. Okay, I thought it was a temporary thing, but no. It's permanent. Also, I forgot to claim this. I don't like these little red dots. It reminds me of Nikke. You just get like 50 red dots and eventually you learn to live with never getting rid of them. Obtain 500 shield from a single card. Nice. Shop. See, this was the currency that I was talking about, that like I don't want to use it yet. I want to try use it on getting a dupe of like one of my favorite characters or something like that. I'm not going to use it to get a partner. I don't think I need to anyway. Then we'll get some of these. And now we'll do rolls. Wow, isn't that the best part of gacha streams? Is all the rolls. Wowie. Okay, I'm 1 off. I'm only 1 off. Can I somehow... Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll get refunded on one of them. Let's see how this goes. So I actually want to get some more for Magna now. I've maxed out on Reen, I think. I should have. I don't know why it says that I can still select her, but I'm going to pick Magna, and then I'm going to see what I get. So I'm going to do... Oh shit, I'm only 2 away from these as well. You know what? Maybe I will spend 2. No. I should save. I must hold, and then I'll roll. But we'll do these ones, which is like the friend point banner in Nikke is basically the equivalent, and then we'll do 2 rolls on the regular one. Wow, let's see. Will I get anything good? I don't know. I just want to upgrade or get the prism selector for Magna. That would be quite cute. Nothing. At least it gives you partners, you know? It is the friendship summon equivalent, so... well, equivalent and equivalent, it's not exactly the same. You only get the prism thingamabobs from, like... Oh, I got 8. Wait. Don't I have everything maxed out, so now that I have it at 8... Yes, I can go to the store. It's like I've been refunded for... Oh, you're so generous, game. You're so generous. Please. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Here. Yes. Now I can do another roll. Wow, I love gambling. There we go. Let's do 10 more. And then hopefully we get something for Magna. But yeah, it's not exactly friend points, because the difference is that you can only get prism shards through, obviously, the store that you saw there. So you can only get it via, like... weeklies. Oh, okay, 1 for Tressa. You can only get it through weeklies, sometimes daily. I think I have mostly for Nia. And that's it? Oh, and then I got another one for Mika. At least it's for cute girls, and I haven't gotten a single guy from that. Oh. Oh, wait, no, new. Not, oh, and I got maxed out for Mika now, so now I get 20. Nice. Okay. So now that I've... Yeah, I feel like this one is at least good in the sense that it kind of refunds you with a roll every time you succeed. So that's pretty good. But now... Oh, wait, actually. Before I do that... Clicking on the same menu twice. Let's change the prism cards. So I've got 1 card left. And unfortunately, it was Whirlpool. I fucking hate that card. It sucks so bad. But you know what? Let's add prism effect to it. Lesai. I'm just going to remove it later on anyway. And then I got 1 for Neo, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's do... I don't know, is Neo's Curiosity a better one? Or should I go for Adagio? I think I'll do... Adagio. Maybe? I don't know, I use Adagio more often than I do Curiosity. So let's use this. Wow, she's strumming the guitar now. Wow, she's strumming the guitar. And then we've got Tressa. And for her, I'll do Vital Attack. That one's cool. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The normal combatant rescue. Will I manage to get a 5-star character outside of Pity? No, I won't. Like, most likely not. I've not so far. Never happened to me. That could never be me. Nope, I didn't get it. We've still got one more. Oh, I got a dupe of Tressa though. Nice. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm never gonna fucking get one outside of pity. Never ever. It's so Jover for me. Okay. Nothing. I'm going through this one by one. I'm really savoring the moment. You have no clue how long I've held on to this for. I was like, this is not the weekend. This is not the weekend that I do it. Oh, but actually, I think I fucked up because Narya's being added to the normal banner. Okay. 2 dupes of Tressa in the past 2 10 rolls. Not bad, not bad. Please, anyone else? Do you want to give me a 5-star? Do a fake out on me? Nope. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna hold on to the currency, and then hopefully by the time that Narya gets added, maybe she'll be added to the standard banner. Or she will be, but, you know. When using Shadow Dagger on... Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Is this just... Yeah, this is just default. There we go. And what's the next one? It would have been Wave of Darkness increases agony by 2. Okay. And then the next one is just, yeah, basic upgrade. And then when defeating an enemy with agony, create Shadow Dagger. That's okay. I would say probably the best one is just by getting up to here to 5. You probably don't need 4 or whatever. I think this one, the second one, might be the best. Yeah, decrease the cost of Curse Gouge cards by 1. I think 3 might be the best then. The one that increases damage by 20%. But yeah, that puts me at nearly the end of the stream anyway. I don't know if there's anything more I should show off, or maybe I'll just move on to the post-stream like commentary anyway, where I talk about what I'm going to do for the next week. Since it's the Sunday, it's the Sunday. Another 20 hours? No. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, pardon my language. I didn't mean it. Please, my dear viewers, stay. No, but... Marvelous! Yes, Marvelous Sunday. It is. It is Marvelous Sunday. Marvelous! Yeah. But I think I'll move to post-stream. I don't have anything more to show off. I'm just surprised that I managed to do the level 122 codex. If anything, that's a feat.
Feet? Did someone say feet? I can't believe it, guys. There was feet. There was feet there.
So, now, we're at the post-stream. Oh my gosh. Post-stream?
What does that mean?
That means that I'm ending stream in like 3 to 8 minutes. I usually do like 5 minutes over, but I finished the run a little bit early this time around, so maybe whatever. I was just going to talk about what my plans are. So for this week, I'm thinking of playing more Devil May Cry 3. I want to try edit some shorts. I want to try create the schedule. I'm still working on it, by the way. It's not done. Because my PC shut down midway through, it did mean that I lost some of the progress for that. So like 10% of my progress was gone, but it was like really finicky progress on it. So I've got my schedule, I've got my my shorts that I want to make, and my like videos, and then when a patch comes out for Chaos Zero Nightmare, then I'll maybe make like a small discussion video talking about it, where I'm just like, I don't know, throwing up some gameplay in the background, something like that, and talking about it, because there was a lot of discussion around the recent patch notes, or what's revealed to be coming up with the patch notes, and that's going to be, I think, a bit hotly debated. People were saying Tressa has become really bad, but I think they're overestimating the nerf. The nerf being that Agony now doesn't infinitely stack, so you can't just deal an absurd amount of damage with it anymore. And now Cassius can't generate an unlimited amount of damage on one of his cards. So they were essentially capping the amount of damage that you could deal, which, yes, that's a big nerf, but considering that the character had unlimited damage potential, I don't really see it as that bad of a thing. So, we'll see how that goes. I'll maybe make a video on it, or we'll see about it. I at least want to discuss it. I think it's something interesting worth talking about. So, schedule, shorts, video, then Devil May Cry. Once I finish that, I'll probably play through the entire thing, obviously. I'll play through all of the characters, but then maybe I move on to 4, or I play another game between then. Obviously, there's Hytale on the list as well that I kind of want to play through, but at the same time, I don't really have any goals set in mind. So, who knows what I do with that one. I was thinking I'm moving on to Devil May Cry 4, but then again, I could emulate. There are some old games that I want to go over playing yet again. So we'll see. We'll see. However, it is, and now I'm counting down the second. Oh my gosh,
Guys, wait, it's 1 second. Oh no, it reached the next minute.
that means it's mandated that I have to end stream. Sorry guys, it's written in my grimoire. No, I kid, but thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for typing. Thank you so much for lurking. I hope I was entertaining enough. Whatever. I'll see you tomorrow. I stream every single day. Don't forget to follow. Whatever. You've had enough of me. I'm out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.